Today we're 100% speedrunning Slime Rancher, so we need to complete the entire Slimepedia and all 57 achievements in the game. Now our speedrun starts once we can move, and right away we want to take these 3 carrots, along with getting these 2 pink slimes just so we can get them off the farm. And immediately we're going to head straight over to the dry reef, where we're just going to try to get food. In total, we want 30 food, that way we can give it to a Gordo, so we can take both carrots and also these pogo fruits, which are going to be on the trees. It's going to be another one right there, and I do want a few pink slimes too, so I will pick them up when they are available. But we have 18 carrots, we can just get a few more of these pogo fruits, and yeah, that's 30. So from here, we now just want to hop down into this area where we're going to see a pink Gordo. The nice thing about pink slimes is they will eat absolutely everything, so we can give them both fruit and veggies. And as soon as we feed this Gordo 30 food, he explodes and dies, so unlucky for him, but we needed to do it just so we could get a key. I also did get that ornament right there, that way I could get a Slimepedia entry. But the key is the most important thing, because basically what those do is allow us to open up new areas of the map. So with this key, it is now time to head over to the moss blanket, which is the forest area of this game. One thing I should mention while I'm running through is the Slimepedia. You have to collect every single type of slime, every type of resource, and visit every place, which means we do have a lot to do and a lot to remember, but we can get our next place right here. I'll open up that door, then come in this corner just to speed this up a little bit. We can use our pink slimes, that way we don't have to wait for the door opening animation, but pretty good stuff right there. And now we're in the moss blanket. We're right away from here. I like to head over to this pond, that way we can get one of these puddle slimes and just get rid of it, because all we need is the Slimepedia entry. Instead, there are 3 different slimes we want to get from this forest, and then also a couple fruit. But one slime in particular is the hardest one. It's the hunter slime. It shows up very rarely, but I think that's actually it. It is invisible, and okay, that is so lucky. I've spent so many runs just resetting over and over again trying to find a hunter, so I will very much take that. Then we also want some boom slimes and some honey slimes, so I will take those guys. Get rid of this pink slime, and then get a couple of these mint mangoes too. We want at least 5 of those. And yeah, this is an incredibly good start. I am very happy with that. So from this moment, we're now going to head backwards and over towards the left, basically to this one dangerous area. You can tell it's dangerous because, I mean, it has a skull sign, but that's because there are going to be these feral slimes, which I also want to collect really quick because that's going to be another thing for our Slimepedia. We'll come over here, get a couple more of these honeys, and might as well get a couple more mint mangoes just because more is better than less. And we have 20 slots for each part of our inventory, so we might as well. But one thing that is unfortunate about this game is you can only have a total of 4 different things in your inventory at once, so that's all we're going to be able to get at the moss blanket, at least for now. That's one of the restrictions we'll have to deal with. Not the biggest deal in the world, but now I'm going to move these guys because what we're trying to do is get these guys plorts, and you can get their plorts by feeding them. Oh, I actually also got 1 extra honey, apparently. I didn't even notice that. We're going to get rid of you, dude. But we can get these plorts, feed them to other slimes, like I can give this boom slime one of those, and that makes him a honey boom slime. So we want all of these guys to be big. I'm going to go ahead and do that. We need some boom plorts as well to feed the honey slimes, so here you go, dude. Dude, eat your thing. And yeah, I'm just gonna make sure all of these guys grow up really quick. Excuse me, boom slime, please come back. And we will also start a garden right here, which we can put a mint mango in. Now, before we're done with this area too, I want to make sure that there are no pink slimes on this farm, because if a big slime eats the plort of a different kind of slime, then it turns pretty much evil and is not a good thing. We do not want that to happen to our slimes. But these guys, all except 1, look good. Can I feed any one of these? Oh wait, I have a boom plort. Here you go, dude. All right, perfect. And we also got the catch achievement, which is very good. But now we can just leave these guys, and that's going to be our day 1 stuff we need to do. Oh, before we end, I do also want to grab these pogo fruits, though, so I will get those. And then we can head to sleep. We want to make sure we also check our star mail. And now we'll see that our farm produced a bunch of fruit, which is good. And we have tons of plorts that we can get, and we can use these to sell. Yeah, one of the most important parts of this game is exploiting these cute creatures to make money. Just what you got to do. So I'm going to go there, get the boom and honey plorts. We'll get 20 of those, 20 honey plorts. That way we're good with that stuff. And then we can come over here and make a corral. We're also going to give that high walls and an air net along with a plort collector. And we can put all of these guys in there. That way we don't have to worry about them anymore. So I will go ahead, place them there. Just make sure they don't keep escaping and going to different places. That would be very annoying. Then we can give them some mint mangoes and might as well give them the pogo fruit as well before we start collecting their plorts. fruits. There's a lot of money that we're going to need for this game, so doing some early money farming is very important. And the nice thing about the plort collector too is we can now just come over here, press that button, that way all the plorts come over there and collect them much easier. So the setup is just very good. We are good to go. We can now sell all the leftover honey plorts and boom plorts we have until we sleep to the morning until day 4. And that's just because we want to get this farming started up. Usually you want to wait 2 days, that way these trees can fully grow, but at least at the start we do want to come out here just really quick. We also got Tasty, which is when you feed slimes their favorite food 50 different times, so that's pretty good. And yeah, for day 5 we'll just go through there, get some more of these guys, make sure we get all of their plorts because we need to buy some more things. Try to make sure we only get 20, that way none of them come down on the ground, and that's going to be perfect. So then we can go over here, do some selling, you know, it's just some normal stuff. Oh, and that's also going to be Fortunate, which is when you earn over 5,000 new bucks. And we also got Plort Peddler, just some more stuff you get from selling things. So yeah, pretty good stuff. We also use this same strategy of getting booms and honeys in the any % speedrun just because they sell for a ton and are pretty easy to get early game. So yeah, nice way to start your run. And now we're going to come over here where we want to grab Water Tank, Jetpack, Power Core, and Tank Booster before it's time to head to sleep again and go to day 7. I also love the little slime bed she has with the pillow. It's so adorable. But on day 7, pretty much same old, where we're just gonna grab all of these fruits. Some of them did unfortunately rot, which does suck, but not the biggest deal. We can go ahead and give them their food, bring this hen over to that area. We actually got really good hen luck. We want a ton of chickens for later on in the run, so that's really nice. And we'll also talk to Thora just to get her out of the way, because we will have to talk to more people on that screen later, and yeah, we just don't want her for now. But now day 9, pretty much doing the exact same thing. Feeding those guys their mint mangoes, and then continuing on our way. But day 11 is where things get a little bit more interesting. So first, of course, I'm going to take this. I'll also take this fruit off the tree because that's convenient, and go through our normal stuff of selling. Oh, by the way, now our inventory can have a total of 30 of each item because we did get those upgrades. But it's going to be selling time, and having 30 inventory is also very nice for that. Just a little bit less pass we have to take, so we're able to go a bit faster since we can carry more things to go over and sell here. Oh, the plort market also does change. Sometimes plorts are going to be worth more money and sometimes less, so we're just hoping we get good luck with that. But now it is time to make our different farms and stuff like that. So we're going to place a garden here, give it nutrients, soil, and also sprinkler, and do the exact same thing for this one. Then we can come over into this place where we're going to want to make one of these, give it high walls and an air net along with a plort collector, and do that same thing for this one that's here, but also give it solar shield. That way they don't have to deal with sensitive light. Then at this point, we can put another one of these, just some high walls and an air net, and we're also going to place our hunter slime in here for now. Oh, and also plort collector, of course. And one more garden with nutrient soil and the sprinklers before we head over here. And I cannot afford that just yet. Actually, I think there might be a couple more plorts. We'll check. I want to try to get this garden and stuff because basically that just allows us to produce even more fruit at each of these places. So it's very nice. And it looks like we can get one of these. So for now, I'm just going to go ahead and get the sprinkler. Now it's time to head back out into the wild because we have to collect a couple more slimes. First of all, I will take a couple of these pinks just while I wait for this stuff to reset, and we'll come up here. We can use that pink to give us a little bit of a boost along with our jetpack, which is very funny. And we're coming over into this area where there's going to be a heartbeat. Now all we want after that is to get 3 pink slimes and also 3 rock slimes. Oh wait, that's actually pretty good. Lucky slime, I do want to go back for that because you're not sure when it's going to show up. For the lucky slime, you have to feed it some sort of meat, so we can go grab a hen from our farm, and then we're going to come straight over to this man, try to hit him with that hen, and you'll see it's now in our Slimepedia, so that's pretty good. Now after that, just get a couple of these rock slimes, get rid of a couple of these pinks, and yeah, just take our stuff. We only need 4 pink slimes and 3 rock slimes. Also, might as well take some of this pogo fruit, that way we can give it that stuff, actually start their production. And now back at this garden, we're going to want to put this heartbeat, and then we want to put all of our pink slimes and all of our rock slimes into here, and we'll also get them some pogo fruits, that way they can become largos. But we got to go back out because we have some more stuff to do. This time around, we have to get certain animals if we can find them. And also, we want to get some of these tabby slimes. So those are not the hens I would like. Are there going to be any over here? We want to find a roostro, which unfortunately not yet, but that is fine. We'll just leave these guys here. You guys can eat them. I don't care. And we can come down here. We don't really need any more tabbies, but that's fine. I will take one of these stony hens, which is nice. We'll check out this stony chick. That way we don't have to worry about it. And we can get a couple more of those. And no roostro roostros right now, but that's still okay. Then we can go ahead and grab one of these Q berries, which is another thing we're going to want for the farm, and we can just head back. Also, we'll unfortunately get rid of a couple of my tabbies. We just don't need you anymore. I'm sorry, guys. We only need 3. But now at this point, we're going to want to put our tabby slimes over in this place. We want to put the Q berry there to grow. We want to give our pinks one of these dudes. That way they eat that, and then we can leave the other 2 there. And oh, this is also an outer. Perfect. And then I want to feed a couple of these blues, these pink plorts. Oh, not my outer. Here you go, buddy. Let's make you into pinks. Now we can feed them the outer. And we actually got 2 outers. Okay, that is insane. I don't know if we really need them yet, but I'll take it. And we will also check for a little bit more money. That way we can complete the garden over here. Yeah, that should give us more than enough money. And that's also a quick new buck. Earn 5,000 new bucks in a single day. Then we'll get our nutrient soil and we're good to go. So very big day, but now it's time to head to sleep until day 13. We're on this day. We're pretty much just back to regular farming. I will go ahead, take these mint mangoes, and we now have a ton, especially with those upgrades to our garden. It is very nice because our plort production is going to go up by a ton. Then we want to make sure we keep at least 30 of these Q berries, but I will feed them some of them as well. And that is pretty much exactly 30, which is nice. I almost overdid it, but I'll take it. And then we can give the pinks their heartbeats. There is one of these pinks that still hasn't transformed, or I guess 2, but that's fine. They should be able to get more than enough rock plorts now. So now we're heading back over to the dry reef, and we're going to find our next Gordo. Really quick, I will do a check. Here's going to be a roostro. Don't mind if I do. Very important to get that guy. And then we can head over to the left into this area where there's going to be this phosphor Gordo, and we can give him all our Q berries, which is going to be perfect for him. Yeah, dude cannot eat too many of those. Perfect to get that key. We also want to take a couple of these phosphor slimes, and we'll head back out. Oh, also another roostro right there. That is very convenient. I love that. And a stony hen. Might as well get some more of those. And roostros are by far the hardest things to find, so they are very nice to find. If we can even get any more, I would appreciate that. But hey, 2 is a very good amount. I'll take it. So now at this point, we can head back to the farm. Might as well also get a couple of these pogo fruits while we're out here. And now we can go ahead and put these phosphors in this cage. That way, they're going to be able to combine with those guys. We want to place just the roostros by here. Hopefully, they'll be able to keep doing their thing. We'll get this outer hen, which I will appreciate. We can feed that over to these pinks, but I'm actually going to leave him here for now. And we're going to try to transform these dudes, give the tabbies their phosphor plorts, and give the phosphor guys the tabby plorts, which is nice. Give them some pogo fruits too, because now they eat both fruit and meat. And that right there should be good. All right, nice. So like usual, we'll head back to sleep for 2 more days. Now from here, we do want to check the prices. Anytime something is over 50, it's probably worth. So none of those I really want to sell right now. Instead, we'll just give these people their food like usual. By the way, the chickens all around the farm are just going to keep multiplying. So that's why we want them here. We want a ton of chickens by the end, especially because one of the achievements is to feed slimes 30 different chickens. So that will just be important. Might as well feed these guys some hens and stuff too. And now I actually will sell a bit of my rock plorts just because they're not the most important thing in the world. And we do want some money. That way we can get a bit more upgrades. Because at this point, we want to get air drive. We want power core too, and also tank booster. So I'll sell a bit more rocks. And yeah, very quick day. Now we can just head back to sleep. But day 17 is a day where we actually get to do some more stuff. But like usual, we will start it just by feeding our guys. We do have 40 space for each of our items now though, so it's getting nicer and nicer. And then I don't want to get rid of all my heartbeats. I want to make sure I keep 25 before we head back out. Now we got a nice cool trick that we can do to get over to the Indigo Quarry. Normally you would have to open up a door and use one of our keys to get there, but with this run, we just don't need to. Instead, I will wait for my jetpack to respawn really quick. Then we can do a jump over into this direction, just completely bypass all that stuff and get onto this rock. Then after our jetpack refills again, we can do another fly and yeah, just make our way over here. I really love how this game just allows you to do things like this. It's a nice feature and it makes the game very fun, but that's an odd onion. I want to make sure I take that. We can get rid of this rock slime. Odd onions show up in the Indigo Quarry and they show up with other vegetables, but sometimes they're hard to find. Then we can also take out this dude and he's going to be very nice because instead of giving us a key, he actually gives us a new teleporter spot. So that'll be good when we want to come back here. Now at this point, I'm going to grab some of these okas and then come back over to the right because then we can go up here where we're going to want to get a crystal slime. If you jump up onto this cliff, there's going to be this cave, which I think is the one place to actually find crystal slimes, at least the one I know of. So I'll grab him, but we're not actually going to take him with us. We just need it for the Slimepedia. And a convenient thing about this is we can now just head out the other side and it puts us right back in the overworld. world. So next thing we need is a few more Oka Okas, a few more odd onions if we can find them, and also some rad slimes, which are these green ones. So I will take, oh, we actually didn't get that guy because I got a pink before him. Guys, stop going for food. This is my food. You can't just take it. All right, we got some rads, not the most amount of food there because these guys just devoured it in a second. That's fine though. I do need to make sure I don't die. That would not be the greatest, but we'll go through those feral guys, come over here. Unfortunately, no odd onion, but in this section, there is going to be some more rads. We want a total of 5 of them, so I'm gonna grab them all, get some more carrots, because might as well. And then in this section, no more Oka Okas, but that's fine. We got enough. Now, there's gonna be a handy teleporter over here, and we can continue on, because now we're gonna put this Oka in this farm. We're gonna put the rad slimes with the hunter slime, which you can see that the hunter is just not there because he's disappeared. We'll feed these guys one of these odd onions and also a carrot. Feed these guys the rest of our carrots. And okay, actually, where is my hunter? Oh, there he is. And now he's become bigger and we'll actually be able to see him. So that's nice. But hopefully he's going to eat some stuff, give them some more plorts, and that should work out if it can happen. But yeah, successful day. Time to head back to sleep for 2 more. So right away here, I want to come over to the hunters first, just because we want to make more of these guys actually into hunters. Right now, they're just rad slimes. So I'm going to give you some Oka Okas. You'll be able to give us some hunter plorts. Yeah, you guys eat those hunter plorts. Don't go for the food. I want you to be hunters, not people that are eating food. Come on, guys. Give that guy one. Just grab them some more Oka Okas. And yeah, these guys are super valuable just because the hunter plorts are always worth a ton of money. And they're also very important for a couple things we need to get. I also need to make sure I don't die on accident just by being near them. That is very important, but that should be the last one and good to go there. Now we can go check, is anything worth 50? I will wait one more day before I sell things. We will come over here though, give these guys their mint mangoes, and yeah, just do all of our regular farming stuff. But now on day 21, oh, they're not even worth more money. Okay, we'll wait one more day. Oh, and how did you get out of your cage, dude? Come on, man. Don't do that. Stay in here. I guess what we should do, especially because we have 7 of these pink slimes, let's get a music box for them just to make sure they don't escape, because another guy escaped too. Get out of here, dude. Okay, music box should be able to keep them safe there. I just like getting 7 because otherwise you just won't have enough pink plorts oftenly, and we really need pink plorts for this run. Okay, day 23. Booms are worth a lot of money. We'll take it. We gotta go now. Honeys aren't worth quite as much, but we still will sell both of them, and it should be fine. Now, we want a total of about $16,000, and that will also be transporter that we got right there, which is when you sell 500 plorts on the plort market. Also well-off rancher, which is when you earn over 25,000 new bucks. But we don't have quite enough money. I don't want to sell my hunters, so let's just go ahead and get a couple of these from some different places. We'll get a couple phosphor and tabbies and then a few rad plorts, and that should probably be enough. Okay, yeah, that is way more than enough. We're good to go. So now at this point, we're gonna get some of the expansions. First, we can get the overgrowth. Grab that. Then we can also come over here where we're going to grab the grotto. We can purchase another upgrade to our power core and tank booster. And then we want to go ahead and come over here. We want to grab 50 pink, 50 tabby, 50 of these phosphor, and finally 50 rad plorts. And then we can go ahead and buy one more expansion, which is going to be the lab. It's super expensive, but also super worth it. Now at this point, what we want to do is come to this machine, and we're basically going to put all of these plorts in the machine. What we're doing here is giving the lab crafting materials, so we're able to make more stuff with it. And for a lot of the recipes we just need a ton of plorts, so that's why we're gonna grab these now. Then we also have to purchase 2 of the recipes we'll need, so I'm gonna get the pump and also the apiary. And then we'll also bring 41 hunters and 50 more pink plorts to this machine before heading back to bed for 2 more days. Now we wanna bring over some tabby, pinks, rocks, and rads, along with some booms and honey plorts, before then going and actually making some stuff. Now to start, we're gonna get 5 of these novice drills, which also gives us onward to science. And we can just place those down on the ground, and they're going to be able to drill into the ground and give us different resources. After doing that, I might as well also sell a couple of these hunter plorts because we got 50 convenient ones right here. It's also worth 81 plorts, so this is going to be a nice amount of money, I will say. But yeah, there's just a lot to think about during this farming section of the game. And we're pretty much just going to continue this for a while, basically just feeding all of our slimes, coming over to these guys, that way they can boot me in the nose. I just have to stand in front of one. Come on, jump into me. Here you go, boot me. All right, do it. Someone boot me, please. Okay, there we go. That's going to be the boop achievement. Then we can come over here. We're going to press E on these drills. That way we get all of the stuff that they're making. Of course, we'll bring all our different plorts over to the lab, make some new machines we want. This time, we're going to want to get 5 of these pumps and 5 of these apiaries. Then we're going to go grab the stuff that just got produced. That's going to be a lot of jellystone, a couple slime fossils, and there's also some rare items that can sometimes show up. I believe for the drills, it's like a lava something. We'll know it when we see it, but we're also going to put these things in the lab too. Then we can put down our new machines, and yeah, we're basically just going to repeat this process over and over again. I'll let you know when the interesting parts are happening. By the way, shout out to Caramel Sunday. I learned the all achievements run from their speedrun, where they did all achievements without rush mode, so that was really helpful. And then to learn rush mode, which we will be getting to later, I learned from the video by VerseXD. For in day 29, we actually get to see what these new machines are going to make for us, and we're also going to come over here and make a silo. So an important thing about this silo is basically for one of the achievements, you have to fully fill it up by making sure each of its containers has at least 50 items. So we're going to put 50 rock plorts right here just because rock plorts aren't the most valuable thing. And yeah, through the rest of this run, we're just going to slowly fill it up. Then you'll see we get the primordial oil, and we also get this spiral steam. We only got one spiral, but that's fine. And then from the other machines, we'll get things like buzzwax and also the hexacombs. So no rare items that we got just yet, or actually that might be one. Yeah, that's going to be a royal jelly. That's really nice. But yeah, not too many good items yet. We will get them as we go through though. Now I'm going to come over here. That way we can sell our extra booms and honeys. And we also need a bit more money, so I'll also take some of these phosphor plorts. That way we have enough so we can get treasure cracker. Now we can bring all this stuff over to the lab before we also open up this treasure. That's going to be our first one, and will give us some good stuff like this deep brine, along with some hexacombs and some strange diamonds, which is some pretty good stuff to have, especially for the Slimepedia. Then we're going to want to get 5 more pumps and apiaries. Just put those down, and yeah, that's pretty much the day. And now from here, we're pretty much just doing some grinding. Now at this point, I'm a little bit low on pink plorts, which for some reason always happens in this game. So what I'm going to do is not worry about that stuff just yet, and we're going to go and die because that's another achievement. To basically get knocked out early in the day, that's going to be not my morning. You got to get knocked out before 10 a.m., and it is a very funny achievement. But basically for that, to make sure we have enough pink plorts, I'm going to move back my plans 2 days. Not the biggest deal. So now going forward, we should have way more than enough pink plorts and just resources in general. That is also going to be the builder, fabricate 35 different machines. And now with day 35, we're going to be trying to get a lot of money. So first off, the rad plorts and hunter plorts are just going to be worth so much. That will also be plort authority, sell 1,000 plorts on the plort market. And then we might as well also sell some of our booms and honeys because we have so many of these especially. And then we also want to buy the blueprint for the pink warp depot, one of these drones, and also a novice gordo snare, but we're not going to make them just yet. Also on day 39, we're going to buy ourselves an incinerator here. That will come in for a very specific reason later. And on day 41, we actually got buck bagoo. That's basically when you feed 100 chickens to different slimes. We got it overnight because I left them in their cage, so they probably ate them while we were sleeping. Then also for this day, we want to take both an elder hen and a chickadee, which I can't believe that's the first time I actually got that thing. But that is because we're bringing them straight over to the incinerator. That's going to give us 2 different achievements. It'll give us carousel for the elder hen, and then it will give us you monster for killing the baby one, which, hey, you were the one who made me. It wasn't my choice. Then for day 43, we're going to make ourselves a garden with a pogo fruit. That way we get fruit cocktail. Then we're going to get the #1 slime stage recipe and come over here where we're going to make ourselves some more pumps and also finally make 2 novice gordo snares. Now we're going to want to pick up 2 roostros from our farm, and this is because the hunter's favorite food is the roostro. And so what we can do here is place these guys here, and normally this wouldn't be able to snare you a hunter gordo, but if we put these guys here, it's a much bigger chance. So we're hoping we get lucky because that's a specific achievement. So we'll see if we hear an achievement sound go off. And yep, we heard it. So we know we snared one of the hunter gordos. That part is always a little scary whether you're going to get it or not, but you can see he's right there and invisible. So now he can just chill there for the rest of the time. Now we're going to make another garden over here, which this one is going to be carrots, which we're then going to get the upgrades and get salad bar. And those carrots are going to be helpful because they're going to help us finish off the silo. I've also been putting down pumps this entire time, and this game is refusing to give me the special items. So I'm really hoping it will come soon. Now, along with adding rock plorts over to our silo, we're going to gonna have all of these carrots. So we can put the carrots on one part of the silo and put the rock plorts at the other. It's almost done. Now we still haven't gotten the pump thing. I think we just come back and worry about it later at this point because we got some other stuff we gotta do. But yeah, this game, it's hated on me right now. Oh, it's lava dust and we need it for the pink warp depot. Hopefully soon. Also, while we're sleeping, I heard one of the sounds, which that's gonna be omnivorous. Nice. That's when you feed pink slimes 10 different types of food, and I gave them some Q berries last night, so that's probably what it was. This is also going to be bursting at the seams, which is when we fully fill up that silo. That's pretty good. Now on day 53, I'm gonna make sure that I max out these guys' cage, and we're also gonna max out this garden, because you have to max out all the different kinds of stuff for one of the achievements, but we'll finish the last part later. It's gonna be a coop. I've also been working on getting a bunch of drills, so we're gonna get 5 more there, and we can also grab some of our hunter and rad plorts since it's time to sell some more. All we need right now is $7,500, but we are very, very close to that, so I'm not too worried. Yeah, with the prices that these things are at, since we haven't been selling for a while, we have way more than enough. Might as well sell off everything though. Now after day 55, after doing our normal stuff, we're gonna go over and head to the cave. In here, there's gonna be this teleporter, which teleports us to the place where we killed that rock gordo a while ago. So we can place down 6 drills here, because the location where you place some of these things does matter for what you get. But that's all that's gonna change from our normal routine. We're heading back to bed at 8 a.m. And once we check this stuff, you'll see we get some more jellystone along with this indigonium. After that, we'll put down one more set of 6 drills here and just come get it again tomorrow. Now for day 59, we'll buy the Slimeball hoop recipe, and we really need lava dust, so we're gonna get a bunch of these pumps. I'm gonna place down a couple right now, and we'll get some more boom slimes. We just need a single lava dust. That is all we need before we do our next big journey we're gonna have to do. That's also gonna give us never stop creating, which is when you get 100 slime science gadgets, but time to check the cave. Now I think we should have enough resources from this. Of course it gives me strange diamond. We already have one of those. We need the lava dust, but I do have some more drills just in case. I think we should be good on these resources though. So what we're gonna do this day is actually only sleep once just so we can check our machines, hopefully get this lava dust. My gosh, this game does not like me today. Okay, but on day 61, finally a lava dust. That took so long. Okay, that is such a weight off my shoulders. I was like thinking, what am I gonna do if I'm not able to get this lava dust? Because it is actually crucial for our tomorrow plan. Or not tomorrow, but in 2 days or 3, some amount of days. And it actually gives me 2 today. Of course, game. Thank you. Can we get a 3rd? Somehow? No, we didn't need it, but that would have been really funny. Now this means we can finally go ahead and make a pink warp depot, and also while we're here, we might as well make the slime stage. Then before we head to sleep, we also just want to grab 30 of these mint mangoes, and it's time to actually do a bit more stuff today, but it will start with feeding our pinks. How'd you get out of this cage, dude? That's the problem with having 7 of these guys in there. Sometimes they just are able to break out, and that's also why you need to make sure you don't have any other plorts just sitting on the ground just in case that does happen. But now we'll bring a couple more pinks over here just for some safety, just in case we do need them a bit later. I like to grab the dash boots really quick because they're nice to have. And then we can grab 1 tabby, 1 phosphor, and one of these honey plorts, and we're good to go. It's time to head back to the moss blanket for the first time in like an hour. Now right at the beginning of here, we want to put 2 apiaries. Then we want to head over in this direction to where we'll see another door. And of course we have the key for that, which this puts us in a nice mystical area, which is when we're gonna actually continue the any percent part, like where you actually beat the game. So we have to put a couple of our plorts in these people's mouths. You need to do a total of 6 of them, and we only have 3 for now, so we will come back with the others later, but we got those 3, and now we can continue on our way back. Now we can go ahead, use a slime to help us get up here just barely, where there's gonna be one of these treasure pods, and oh, I forgot to get the 2nd level of treasure cracker. That might be fine. We will see. Next up, we want to head over to this next Gordo, and this is why we brought all of the mint mangoes. He's gonna absolutely love eating these guys. Explode really quick. I will take your key. If you get out of my way, please. Now there's another pod that I know that's here, but I don't know if we're going to be able to crack that one either. We will see. Otherwise, we'll just have to come back. It won't be too bad. Oh, yeah, this one is green. Okay, that is very nice. We got actually really lucky because basically what this is going to give us is some wild honey and also royal jelly. The royal jelly is the part we actually care about though, because we got 2 earlier, and then that's going to be our 3rd, and that's going to be perfect. Now what we're going to want to do is grab 4 of these rock plorts for something, and then then we can go over here where we're going to place this pink warp depot, and then we're going to put these four... What happened to my other rock? Did I get rid of it? Oh, I can just take one of these. Okay, it's fine. I'm really confused on what I just did there. But now we can go ahead and make ourselves a slime ball hoop. A lot of stuff to do that day, but there's about to be even more. Now, before anything, I do want to grab a bunch of these okas, about 30 of them. We want to get a bunch of these Q berries, a bunch of mint mangoes, and a singular boom plort. Then we'll head back to bed just for 2 more days. But now it is time for a big day. So first of all, we want to get up to 50 of our mint mangoes and our Q berries. Then as soon as possible, we want to go through our cave teleporter. Now, it's really important to pay attention to what time you leave the farm at, because we're going for an achievement where basically you don't come back to the farm for 24 in-game hours. So we can see we're leaving the farm at 6:26, so we'll make sure we come back later. This is going to put us back in the quarry, and you see we have a ton of fruit, and that's because we have a ton of gordos that we have to deal with. The first one's going to be over in this direction. We can actually cross this entire bit of water just using our jetpack, which is nice and convenient. And then within here, there is going to be this rad gordo. Now, it's really important that we don't finish him out just yet. So I'm going to wait, and we want to get him down. Okay, I'm actually forgetting the exact amount. Hopefully I don't mess this up. My gosh. Okay, we're fine. That was very close. That only works in comic books, which is when you stay inside the rad aura for 15 seconds. I miscounted and all that kind of stuff, but okay, we're fine. We're fine. But I'm going to take that key. I'm also going to make sure I don't get this rad stuff. But get out of here, slimes. I just want your plort. Thank you very much. And we can be back on our way. Now, at this point, we're pretty much heading through the quarry, and we're trying to get back to that temple part where we put all those plorts in those people's mouths. And conveniently, once we come over into this area, there is going to be another door over there. I just got to skip past all of these dudes, go into this area, press our key. That's going to open it up, and now we're over here on a different side. So now rad plort, that guy is going to go right there, and boom plort is going to be able to go down here, but we still need one more. And that's why we got a very cool plan that we're going to use. Now we're going to come back to the start of this forest. And if you remember, in the past, we put these apiaries here, so we can start getting their stuff, and that is nice. Get some honey and stuff, and then we can press E. We're going to use our warp tech to put our pink warp depot, grab these rock plorts from it, and then give it the wild honey we got, since we need a bit more of that. That means we can now just come back into this area, and we conveniently have the rock plort that we need to put in that mouth, and that's finally going to open up the door. Now, this is a huge cinematic experience that we have to wait for a second to actually get in here, but we got into the past, and now we got these buttons we can press to open certain doors. There are also going to be these. Oh, I want to grab that, but I can't. We want to get one of those lemons because that's another thing we have to get for a certain stuff, but there will probably be some later. For now, we're just going to continue our way over through this temple. There's a lot of new stuff, and don't worry, we will explore this temple later. Just for right now, we got other stuff we got to do. Like, head up through here. We can use our jetpack, then jetpack over to this door, nice and conveniently. Then from here, we then want to come over to the left because there's going to be another one of those gordos we want to get. This guy is going to be down here, and we're going to want to feed him a bunch of our Q berries. This is, of course, the quantum gordo, which I guess I haven't explained what quantum slimes are yet, but you know, they're just a different one. They're just there. But we will explode that guy nice and easy. That's going to get everything there. I do not need that ornament, but I do want that key. We see the quantum slimes. I was hoping that we'd get a couple more of these quantum plorts. We want at least 2 more, so we're going to have to go looking for those. We don't want to use the mint mangoes just yet, and I was hoping we'd find some other fruit we could use, but the game did not decide to be so kind. Oh, here's some fruit. Perfect. We can grab these Q berries if you guys want to eat it. Okay, not you, Pink. I don't want you to eat it. Buddy, you want to eat this? Thank you. I appreciate that. Give me 2. Only 1. I think they almost always give you just 1, but you know, it could have been nice. Still, we can go and grab one of these, and yeah, that's going to be the other stuff we need. Quantum slimes are also just really cool. I just love their design and all that stuff, but don't worry, because we will be dealing with them a lot later in this run. You'll see what I mean. For now, though, we can just head straight over here through this spot. There's going to be one of these key doors. Thankfully, we have 2 slime keys right now. And now we have this cool part where what we're going to do is place all of these quantum plorts in these guys' mouths, and then that's going to open up an area for us to go in the past, basically. So we can press that, smoke, fire, and mirrors. We're now in the glass desert. Now, right away, I will check for something if there are either of these. We're looking for a certain plant, and not in those spots, but there are a lot of spots it can be. We will go ahead, though. We want to place a drill, a pump, and an apiary somewhere in the glass desert, because that's going to all give us different stuff. Then after placing those things, we can then head over in this direction, and there's going to be another Gordo that we want to burst. You can see him just peering his way over there, that one purple one. Also, probably get rid of that quantum plort. I don't need it. But we can give this dude all of our mint mangoes. He just enjoys them so much. He takes all 50 of them too before he finally explodes. And I want to get one of these dervish slimes, leave them there, but just for the Slimepedia. And then also over here, there's going to be a couple of these chicks. So first we want a chicken, and then we also want one of their smaller chicks if they are here. Any painted hen chicks. Okay, this is weird. I've never had one not show up here. It'll probably be fine, but hopefully we can find that. Oh, there he is. Okay, yeah, he was just hiding. He's very small. Now we head over into this area. Very cool spot, but what we're gonna do is take these other 3 rock plorts we brought. You thought I just took a random number. No, this was actually important because then we can put them in each of these guys' mouths, and what that's gonna do is give us ancient water. So I'm gonna wait for my stamina to recharge. Then we're going to suck this up, and it only lasts for 30 seconds, and we wanna hit it at a couple different spots. The first one is just gonna be right here. I can just, okay, I kind of messed that up right there. I was trying, I thought I was already like pressed onto it, and we should be okay. You know, it should be fine. I will go ahead, make all of these different spots with their ancient water. We still have 9 seconds left, and we have more than enough stamina. Okay, we should be fine, but that was kind of scary. But that's going to revitalize all of these different places and hopefully spawn some specific slimes. If it wants to, there we go. There's going to be one of them. That's the Tangle slime. And if we look over here somewhere, here's our boy. That's going to be the mosaic slime. Now we want to come back through this area. You see this is also revitalized just with all the ancient water stuff, and I want to use my jetpack up here. That way we can get in this door using another one of our slime keys. And we're making very good time through here so far, but it's actually not important to make it that fast through here, because if you remember, I said we do have to wait 24 hours till we make it back to the farm. So no matter what, we can't really rush this. Now I'm looking for some fire slimes, which are usually somewhere in here. Here they are. We'll take one of you. And we also want these plants. Looks like they are taking a second to grow. Oh, there are going to be some right here. That is perfect. Those are going to be the prickle pears. And we can just leave these guys here. We don't need them anymore. Then it's time to head back to the main area, which we go through this section. There's some more of these angry slimes that are trying to murder us and stuff. I'm not too worried about them. But once we make it over here, this is more of a main area. It's pretty beautiful too. You know, all this stuff, all the crystals coming out. It's looking nice during nighttime. I like it. And once we make it down here, we got to get a couple of these if they're going to be grown. Oh, it's also the fire time of this game. Sometimes the desert just kind of goes on fire. So that's a thing. But can I find any of those carrots? We got to get silver parsnips, which are somewhere, but they'll grow eventually. We have time. At this point, it's time to go into this main building. And all you have to do in this place is see one of these notes. Now, we have not been reading these notes at all, but it's someone who's telling us about their journey and stuff. And after we get that, we get doors like this. Normally for an any percent speedrun, here's where you would emergency return, and then you would just finish out the run, but we got a lot more stuff we got to do. This desert also very much likes being on fire right now. I mean, it's not really affecting me too much. I'm fine. But oh, here we go. We got our silver parsnips. Nice. Then we just want to head back up through this area, nice and easy. And then we're hoping that we're going to be able to find a gilded ginger right here. This is usually a good spot, but not here right now. Okay, time to go looking for the gilded ginger. That is going to be our next objective. Thankfully, with this gilded ginger, it's just a very rare plant to show up, but it's not the biggest deal because we do still have a good amount of time that we can use. So just hopefully we'll get it fairly soon. I'm going to head back over towards the start of this desert as we begin our hunt. And I'm going to check these spots again, just in case it's there. Not this time. All right, time to go looking. So what I am doing now is just watching a YouTube video because that is the easiest way to just go checking for all these places. We'll just see what they're looking at and hopefully find one eventually. Oh, here's the gilded ginger. Okay. Yeah. See, that's why a YouTube video is nice. Gotta love it. I'll leave that YouTube video in the description if you do want to check it out yourself, by the way. But we got 3 minutes left on those guys. So we got a while. We might as well do some other stuff while we're waiting. And that includes going back into the regular world. And now I talked about those lemon trees earlier. We want to go get one of those lemons because, of course, for the Slimepedia. We also want to find something called echoes around here, which are another thing for the Slimepedia. So I'm going to be on the lookout for that. And we want 13 quantum plorts. So yeah, just a lot of things to look for. We can hopefully get some plorts from this guy. And yeah, we're just gonna go about this. Oh, we also just got the tar. Basically, that just transformed because of the plort thing I talked about earlier. Yeah, I'm not gonna deal with them. Good luck against the tar slimes. You got this, I believe. I don't got time to worry about saving some slimes from that guy. They got it, probably. Now, I'm thinking if we go back towards this area, we did see some lemons earlier. Hopefully, they're still there. So I remember some lemons over here somewhere. This game just does not want me to be lucky right now and just find them right away. But like I said, not in too much of a rush. We just want to find them relatively soon. Maybe I should have just grabbed them earlier. It's hard. It's hard with this game. Oh, and another tar down here. What's with all these tars, man? Get out of here, bro. I'm getting a little worried about finding what we need to find at this point, but you know, it's there somewhere. We just need a singular lemon. This is actually insane to not find any. Like, come on, man. Come on, game. The problem is we can't even leave because we need some more fruit in general. That way we can get our 13 quantum slimes. We can come back here later, but I need something. Okay, at least that's an echo, finally. Something the game felt like giving me, so that will just be nice, so we have it out of the way. And oh, the game also did that. Okay, so this game is broken sometimes. When you reach 6 a.m., you're supposed to get an achievement called Up All Night, which is just supposed to be an automatic achievement, but sometimes it does not show up. And maybe we'll get it once we go to sleep, but I guess we'll see. This game does not feel like being my friend right now, that's for sure. That will at least be the remaining quantum plorts we need, and I'll just do one last check for some lemons. Okay, these are getting grown, so we might as well wait for that, or hopefully there'll be another lemon that we can get earlier. And there's some more getting grown right here. Game, please. And some more getting grown right there. Why couldn't you guys grow earlier, man? Oh, but after waiting a bit longer, finally, we can grab these guys. I will make that, and oh, that almost fell. That could have been bad, but there we go. Phase lemon. That's all we needed. Okay. The game very much did not want to give it to me, but we made it work eventually. Now we're going to head back over to the glass desert just so we can get the stuff that our machines are making. First, from this guy, there's going to be the silky sand. From this dude, we can get some glass shards. And from this last guy, there's going to be the pepper jam. So that's all we need from here. We're done for now. Took a few minutes longer than I would have liked it to, but not the worst thing in the world. Now we will go back through here. We got While You're Away, which is when you return from the ranch after more than 24 hours. And we can come over to this area where now we can get this wild honey that we deposited earlier. That's why that's so convenient. And we're going to put both our quantum ports and the wild honey in there. This will allow us to finally make a drone, which is such a good thing to have in this game, because now we can put it pretty close to our house and we can tell it that we want it to target plorts, destination from plort collectors, and then bring it over to the market. So it's going to be able to do all the farming for us. I mean, we still will have to bring the food over to our guys, but this is going to be so convenient. And this is especially important because for one achievement, you have to deposit 10,000 plorts into the plort market. So that would take a very long time if we had to do it ourselves. With the drone, it will do all the work for us while we sleep. This means for now, we're back to some general farming, just taking all this different stuff. And yeah, we also don't care about how much money it makes us either at this point. We just need to get all this stuff sold. And you can see over into the bottom left how much money it's getting us so fast. Yeah, this is really where you just get to chill and enjoy the game from now. Also, really good progress to have all this stuff ready, not even 3 hours in. And please give us the achievement that I was talking about. I don't think the game is going to. Yeah, the stay up achievement did not get this time. I do have to every day give this guy some more water though. And yeah, you see stay up from 6 a.m. to 6 a.m. Why does it not work, man? But for now, all we're gonna do, at least for a little while, is just feed our guys and get our drone to do all the work for us. I do have a plan to get up all night later. There is another good spot to do it, but it will be a time loss. That's just kind of what happens with this game sometimes. We'll hope we can at least get it second try. We can hope for that. I also don't think we need it anymore, but I am gonna grab this treasure tracker just in case we do end up needing it somewhere. And we just got another achievement, Plort Powerhouse, which is when you sell 2,500 plorts. You can see just how convenient having this drone is. And we also just got another achievement, which that one's gonna be Upper Crust. That's earning more than 100,000 new bucks. You just gotta love getting achievements when you're doing literally nothing. It feels nice. I mean, I guess I am feeding these guys, so I'm doing something, just not too much. And after a little bit longer, we finished adventure mode. Basically, you just had to read a bunch of mail until Beatrix decided to reflect, a bunch of that stuff, and we get the credits. So this is a nice break for me. So now we get on to the next day, and we got a bunch more stuff to do, starting with waking up that guy, and of course feeding all of our different slimes. And now this is the day we're gonna do up all night, so I might actually sleep one more time just to make sure the game didn't mess up with the credits being there. Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. We'll check this star mail, we'll sleep until the morning, and please game, just realize that I'm up all night this time because we got a lot to do today. So first off, we're gonna go into this main area, and we got to get a bunch of these pinks, and we also have to get a bunch of pink plorts. So I'm gonna grab about 50 pinks is going to be the plan, and we'll also get some pink plorts when we can too. The nice thing is they just keep spawning from here if you keep grabbing them, so yeah, we have no problem getting up to 50. And once we are at 50, we'll come over here. I'm gonna make sure these carrots and stuff are out of the ground so I can grab their plorts, and we will just keep getting those. Yeah, grab that, buddy. Then we got a big journey all the way back to the forest. And in this forest, we're gonna go back through this tunnel area that we came through at like the very beginning of the run, but this time head left. And that's because we checked one of our emails, and it was from the Hobsons, and they were like, hey, we opened up some special places you can now go to. And one of those special places is where we're gonna get one of these achievements. So I should have enough stamina to make my way over here. And yes, I have kept my Gilded Ginger here with me for a very specific reason. And that's because what we want to do is go into this teleporter that is now opened up, and we can use our one last key to get in here. Then all we're going to want to do here is aim this very specifically right about there at the tree. We can move forward. There's going to be one of these gold guys that shows up. Hopefully he finds that. He's going to eat it, and we get hat trick, which is what you get when you get more than 3 gold plorts from a single one of these slimes. So we needed the Gilded Ginger to do that, and yeah, pretty cool. Now we can just bring it over here. Now after that, we're going to head over to the left part of our farm, and we got a couple things we want to make here. First of all, we're going to make a corral, just give it all the stuff. Yeah, might as well. And we can place 40 pink slimes in here, and that's because we want to jump in. That's going to be ball pit. Then we also want to come over here, get a coop, and we're going to fully upgrade that because that's going to be fully loaded, which is what you get when you have one of each of these things fully upgraded, which you'll see that's the achievement there. Now I'm actually going to want to grab some of our fruit. We might as well get some of these mint mangoes just so we make sure we have enough stuff we can give to these pink slimes. And I'm going to try to get a collection of 50 of these guys and also grab some more of their plorts as they do come out. Take some of this stuff off the tree. That way it's easier for them to eat because we still do want to get a ton of plorts just from the wide open, but I will let you guys do that. We'll get about 50 of you guys, and then we can place a bunch of mint mangoes right here. That way a ton of pink slimes go. Then we want to place tons of these pink slimes, and we can just use a big amount. It doesn't really matter too much the exact amount, and controlling the chaos. That's what you get when you control like a ton of pink slimes all at the same time. So nice thing to get, but we still want some more plorts at this point. So I'm going to keep placing down some more of these plants, hoping that they will eat them. That way we can keep getting pinks. There's some more carrots, guys. You got this. I believe in ya. And we still need a bit more food for these guys. Okay, I'm going to go back to the farm one more time. I guess I can just give them tons of my hens. I mean, I have more than enough hens. I don't think we need any more of these dudes. Here, guys, go. Have fun eating all of those things. Just give me some more plorts. That's all I'm asking from you. And there we go. That's going to be free ranging, which is when you collect 50 plorts on the range in a single day. So nice and easy. Now, once we make it over here, we want to get a tabby plort. So there's going to be one. Make sure the pink doesn't eat it. Perfect. Then we can come here and we're going to put our #1 slime sage. Then we can feed this tabby plort to one of these guys. That's going to make him a tar. And we just want to sit here with this dude as he eats our face. Yeah, we're just going to let it happen. I mean, not much we can do. He's just going to keep chowing down on us, you know, kind of a rude dude. But I will wait until we keep going. We're down to 20. I'll wait a second more. Put him on there. That way we get some more achievements. We can also take him out. And yeah, that's pretty much all we need to do for that. That was a bunch of achievements at once. So yeah, just a lot done. Now I do want some more pink slimes really quick before we continue on. I should have grabbed some more earlier, but there's a lot to worry about here. And we're not in a rush anyways, because we do have to stay up the full 24 hours. So not the biggest deal. Also, I want to make sure really quick that we get 3 of these rock slimes. And we can also come over here where we want to grab 3 tabby slimes. Then we can come to this spot, we can put down our Slimeball hoop, and now with the pinks we collected, all we want to do is just keep scoring baskets, and we want to get up to 50. So I'm just gonna keep going with these guys. Sometimes they do make it through the hoop and it just doesn't count, which is strange, but doesn't matter because we have so many that we can just collect them again. I got a few more, place them in, and that's She's on Fire. All right, slimes, enjoy your day. I'm heading back. See ya. I love the music that's going on when you do it too. Like, it's so happy. I'm glad that Beatrice was able to get all those shots. So I might as well too go ahead and get this health upgrade because that is nice. And just to make sure we're healthy enough for something we're about to do. I think we should be more than healthy enough, but you know, just in case. And we'll put all those pink plorts there before we then go and grab a couple boom plorts and also a couple of these rad plorts. Now we can go over into this section, and what we're gonna want to do, drop a rock slime, wait a second because you need to wait for them to be able to move, and we can turn him into a big one like that, put him in the cage. Next up, we can do the exact same with a tabby slime, get him to transform, also a nice cool rad dude. Then we want to do the same for both of these guys with the boom plorts, so grab that one, looking good. That's going to give us risky business by having a bunch of different guys in the same cage. Then we can do that with a boom plort, boom, that's going to be another one, and now we have to go get 2 hunter plorts, which if they're even there, they might have just gotten taken. Hey guys, you want to eat really quick? We might have just had our drone take them. Okay, yeah, we got some more. That could have been bad. I mean, it wouldn't really have mattered that much, but you know, I'd rather just be able to do everything right. But now what we can do, come back to the same corner, place this guy here, and we're gonna be able to give him a hunter plort. The hunters always look so angry, but that's gonna be 6-pack. And then we will also go ahead and give one more of these guys, which is gonna be this tabby. Give him that, which is going to give us diversification, which is having 10 different types of largos. Now, right after that, we want to demolish this plot and then go back in there and make a pond. That way they have a pool party. So yeah, a lot of stuff we just got done, but we still got a few more things we want to do in this section, especially because we have to stay up anyways. So what I'm going to do is head back through this cave path and get something we should have gotten earlier, but I forgot to get the treasure tracker, and I'm realizing now we definitely need to get it. So we can go in this cave teleporter, then head over this way, and we're now going to do the same jump we did earlier over to this place. But this time around, we can come back here, open up this pod, and that's going to be able to get us the green teleporter, which will be nice. We're going to need that for a specific mission we'll do soon. Then we can teleport her right back over to the farm. Our drone is still doing its job. Gotta love the drone. And might as well feed these guys just because we have the time. We have to wait till 6 a.m. anyways. And now, one thing that I'm going to do is take over this bomb guy, and we're going to leave him there. We're going to hope that he will explode soon. So these guys do like moving, but come on, buddy. I just need you to explode. Stop loving me. You're gonna explode, man. I guess, yeah, they only explode when they're angry. That's annoying, but we'll deal with that achievement later then. For now, there is... Wait, what? Why are you guys exploding now? Come on, man. Okay, you want to explode for me? All right, these guys are jerks. I'll come back to you later. For now, there is one more thing that we can do while we're setting up for some other stuff, because again, we do have to wait. So we need to get a few more rad plorts, but now that we have those, we can go over here, use warp tech, and get a green teleporter. Then we're gonna head back over to the ancient ruins, and we're gonna use the green teleporter right here. This is gonna be important for some missions we're gonna have to do in a second, but we got that warp tech. It can go there. Then we can just take this teleporter back to our farm and place our other one right there. So yeah, now we can just very easily go between the two places, which is very good because they are far away. Okay, please game, actually work this time. Actually give us the achievement. Okay, up all night. Thank you. That was going to be very annoying if it didn't work, but we might as well now sleep for a day, and then it's time to go check in on the mission board, because we get these missions and we see this person, they want fire slime and they want 10 pinks. So the fire guy's gonna be over here. We only need one of them, but for one of these missions at least, we need to do it in less than 2 hours. I don't think we're gonna be able to do this one in less than 2 hours just because the fire slimes will be pretty far away, unless we somehow get very lucky. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. Still, we have 2 other chances to get one of them, and that's also why the green teleporter is so important. We would have had to come back here and set it up anyways, so it really wasn't that bad of a time loss that we had to wait until 6 a.m. again. Might as well just take some pinks from here. Now I need one of these fire slimes to actually spawn in. That's the hope. Okay, there is going to be our fire slime, so we can place that in there. Now we just need a couple more pinks, which are going to be easy enough to get, and that right there is going to be our first one of these missions done. Now I will take these silver parsnips just in case our our next person asks for them. But then I'll get rid of our additional slimes, and we'll head in here where we can look at the Z Rewards Club, and we want to get all the way to level 10 with this. Now what we can do is actually change the stuff around our farm. I'm going to change all of this to Firecracker just because I like it, and that will be Color Me Impressed, you know, once our current achievement is done. A lot of achievements in this game, but then we also want to buy 10 of these toys. So I'm just going down in a line, and that one is going to be Mint in a Box, and from there we might as well just head to sleep because we got some new missions that we're going to have to do the next day. We'll check our star mail. We'll see that Ogden hit us up, so we can go over to this guy, check what he wants, and that is going to be perfect for us actually because we have these pogo fruits already here. Will it be enough? Yeah, it is just enough. That is so nice. So we got the pogo fruits there, and then we got the Q berries here, which that is also going to be more than enough. Wow, that is super lucky. So that's going to be perfect, and that's going to be hasty exchange. Now I will want to get rid of these plorts, get them out of my way because we do not want somebody to accidentally eat them. But okay, that is nice. We now have 2 of those done, and we just have to do 1 more. So we're heading back here. We're checking our star mail, sleep until the morning. We'll check our star mail again, and this time Mochi is going to hit us up, which for this one, we'll check what they want, and that is going to be Rad and Phosphor. So that is also another very lucky one. Don't mind if I do, game. You know, it gave me so much bad luck earlier that I was due some good luck, you know? I'll appreciate it. And that is going to be her stuff done too. Gives us some more stuff, and we don't really need it though. Now we want to go make sure we check her mail, and now they're all asking us to help them with something. Before doing that, I'm going to check, make sure that our Slimepedia is done besides for the other things. I think we're good, but I guess we'll find out. And now we have these teleporters we can go to. The first one is going to be Ogden. So we'll hit him up. He's like, hey, yeah, I'm trying to do this stuff. And I'm like, cool stuff, man. He just wants us to collect stuff and talks for a while, which I actually forgot. We do want to grab a couple chickens. And then what we can do is go into this portal, and we want to find him a certain type of fruit and also get a certain slime. So we can feed these guys hens, which if you want to eat it, excuse me, guys. And they're basically sabers is what they're called. So I can then take that saber plort, and yeah, got that now. Now we need to find these different fruits. Those are going to be whatever that name is. I don't even want to try to pronounce it, but I do have to make sure I don't die, obviously. And we only need 3 of these guys. So I will go around. That will be our 3rd. Please stop attacking me, dudes. And all we have to do from here is just find a cave. The cave's the last place we want to go. And I think that should be the entrance to the cave, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it gets dark, so we know we are in the right place. From here, I like to head up to a slightly higher elevation. That way we can just fly over this stuff. And we're just trying to make it to the exit pretty much since we got everything we need. Might as well also get rid of these plorts because we're not going to need them anymore. But we can go back through the portal. We give this guy the different fruits he wanted, and in exchange, he's going to give us spicy tofu. Now, next up, we're going to head over to Victor's lab. There's going to be this teleporter that's finally on. We can go straight over here, and this man talks for so long. But after a while, he finally lets us go into his simulation, where what happens with this stuff is kind of weird. So we go into like a fake world where there are going to be these glitch slimes. So I want to start getting these guys, but every once in a while, you'll see like that guy, he's a glitch slime. And we have to get a total of 25 of these glitch slimes, or at least that's what we're going for certain reasons. And another thing you can do is use this debug spray on certain things, and that sometimes makes a glitch slime. So we can grab a bunch of those guys there. Then after getting our 25, we should be good to go. So now we're just going to chill because this is actually timed. You can't speed it up. And that means we're just going to sit here safely on this cliff for a while until the minigame's done. You can see after a while, there's a bunch of these people from the tar coming out, and those are kind of scary, which is why we want to be up here. And finally, then Victor is going to let us leave. So we have to find the path that we have to go. And it looks like it's this way. It's always going to be a slightly different spot, which is why we didn't just come here immediately. And this one is also very far away, it feels like. Usually they are not this bad. But okay, the portal should be right here. And yeah, got everything done. So those glitch slimes now turn into bug reports, which we can give this to Victor. All we need to get him is 20, but we got some extra ones just in case we lost them with the tar, but that's going to be a manifold cube. Now, before we do the last one with Mochi, there's one thing I'm realizing I forgot to do. In the moss blanket, there's a specific type of chicken, and we just never got him. So not that dude. I think I did get him in a previous run, but then it died because I didn't get a hunter slime, and then I just thought it happened during this run. So unlucky, not the biggest deal. Well, as long as one of these chickens actually shows up, guys. Okay, here it is. It's going to be the briar hen, and then we also want to get a briar chick. So that's all we needed from there. Then after that, we might as well take a quick sleep, and we're going to go for the exploding one where we get these guys to be fireworks. I'm going to take you, dude. All right, you should should be angry. I want you to be angry, all right? I want you to explode on me. I want you to murder me. He's too happy. Stop being happy. This part is going to drive me insane. Please just let me get this. Okay, there you go. Explode. Put him into the air. That's going to be firework. That is all we had to do. I don't know why it took so long. Now, after feeding our slimes a little bit, we'll go into Mochi's world. And in this one, she wants us to do some fun mini game. Of course, I'm not going to do that because there aren't any good rewards. See, what you're supposed to do is actually play through this race thing, I think. But what we do instead is come straight over here. We get some spark shots, we hit these guys, and then we collect those for the Quicksilver ports. And yeah, that's all we need. That's pro style. So now we're gonna emergency return. So pro style is for completing the entire Slimepedia, and that's pretty good. Meaning the only thing we have to do in this section of the game is sell some more plorts. We're almost there, but I gotta go get some more water for my drone. I guess that is the problem with emergency returning. And yeah, we're just gonna let the drone do all the work while we sometimes give the slime some food. And I think after this sleep, that might be it. Yep. I heard the sound. That is Plort Tycoon. We'll just check really quick. We have all the achievements except for the ones from Rush Mode. So we have to get 3 more. But yeah, pretty good on the main file. Time to save and quit. Because now we're going to start a new game in Rush Mode. And Rush Mode is very interesting. So how this works is we have 51 minutes to basically get as much money as possible. We want to get $75,000. And if we don't, won't be good. So we can see this. This stuff's pretty easy to get. We should be able to get that. We want to do those missions because they both give us more time, and they give us Gilded Ginger, which allows us to open up that guy. He'll be able to give us a bunch of gold slimes. So yeah, we just got to be smart about how we're playing. But first thing that I do want to do is pretty similar to how we played this game in the first part, where we're just going to go over to this guy and get his key. Now, a nice thing about Rush Mode 2 is it starts us out extremely upgraded, so we don't have to worry about any of those upgrades or any of that stuff, and that is nice. I will take this stuff out. I also want to get a couple of fruits because they're just good to have early on. Well, actually, I don't think we will be using them unless we find the hen here. I think we might want to wait to get the one hen it wants us to get because we don't have to. Nah, it's right here. We might as well. No, don't eat him. Well, that was unlucky. Dude just ate my head right in front of me. There could be another one over here, though. We'll just check all the chicken spawn locations. And yeah, we'll just worry about this later. So like usual, we're going to head over to the moss blanket, but this time we're not going to use a key on that door because it's just not worth it. Instead, what you can do is go up here, get onto this thing, then we can glide up to this statue, and that is nice and easy. Use our final bit of glide to make it over to the moss blanket. So saves us a key and having to worry about that completely. Then once we head down here, we can use one of our teleporters that we just already have. So I can use warp tech. We'll put a pink teleporter here, and yeah, we'll get you later, hen. And yeah, there are just a couple places we want to keep teleporters because we have 3 of them, and they're nice to have. Now we can use our one and only key on this door, which will be nice. Before we head into this section, and maybe I should have actually gotten a few more fruits, but yeah, we'll probably be fine. As long as we get some of these lemons, that will be good. We can take 3 of those phase lemons, and we'll just go around these various places. You know, I could have really used this luck when we were playing this earlier in the not rush mode, but I guess I'll take it here. There's also a gold guy right there, which we're going to come back to later, but yeah, they're just a couple of golds that we can get as we would like. For right now, though, we'll take these guys. There's going to be a couple lemons there, so I'll make sure to grab those 2. Lemons are just the best thing to get, and we might as well also get these quantum slimes. Quantum slimes, very good, and we're going to want a ton of them for our farming. But we're just in a constant rush, so we can't really worry about it too much right now. We'll pick up any that are on our way, but yeah, we'll just go as we go. I also do want to open up these treasure pods because all it does is give you a little bit of extra money. It's really not that much, but I mean, it's kind of a like might as well thing. And we can head back in this direction where hopefully this is going to be enough for this dude. We got the phase lemons, which he really likes. So I'm hoping that we won't need anything more. Please be full, man. Yep. Okay. Yeah. The phase lemons really came in clutch there. Now we can take all of these quantums. We can take this key. Might as well open that guy. And I'm going to leave a couple of these pogo fruits right here for later. Hopefully they'll stay. I'm not exactly sure, but if they do, it'd be nice. And we'll place a teleporter right here. Use our warp tech. That will be a blue teleporter. And the nice thing about this part is we don't have to worry about putting the quantum plorts in those guys' mouths. They're already activated since, again, it's rush mode. But now it is time to head through Glass Desert where we're going to put our final teleporter. Now we got 2 keys and that's really all we need for this run. And we also want to get a few of the guys from this desert, like the dervish slime. I really like that guy, so any of those I'm gonna get. We do want you to give me food. You like veggies? Eat the veggie, man. I should have gotten my rock plorts a little bit earlier. We still need one more to open up that one spot, but there's probably a veggie here somewhere, right? Yeah, maybe not, but that should be fine because where we're gonna place our final teleporter is just right here. So we can put gray teleporter there. And yeah, actually I would have to go all the way back. Are there any convenient veggies by me? Oh, yep, there we go. Heartbeats. Thank you. I was a little worried. I was really thinking about what we would have to do there, but please take this guy. And that, of course, is going to give us our rock plorts, which we need to open up this fountain. So I can place one right there, one in this guy's mouth, and also one in that guy's mouth, which that was a good shot. Now it's time for the normal stuff of going and getting this ancient water and getting a couple places with it. So I like putting one right there. And yeah, I actually don't have to explain it. It's all the places that we already put the water. And that's going to be nice because this is going to give us some more dervish slimes. It's going to give us some crystal slimes, and we also want to get those plant slimes. So just getting all the different slimes that are good and pretty much the ones that are most valuable because we're going to want to sell their plorts. So I'm just going to go through these areas, look around to see if we're going to get any of them. And what the heck? You got rid of all my plant slimes. Why, Pinks? Any plants over here? Just a singular one? There's some more crystals. I'll take some more crystals. Crystals are the best thing to get right now. But I really should have placed down my teleporters before we came here. That was a bit of a mistake, I'm not gonna lie. Because now we're gonna have to head all the way back. I mean, it's not gonna take too long. All right, made it back over here. Might as well take these fruits that I left because those will be nice. And then we can come back to this teleporter before finally actually placing these down. I just like having them pretty close by. We can put the pink teleporter there, our blue teleporter there, and our gray teleporter there. Then what we want to do is place all of our mosaic slimes, and I like placing the quantum slimes over here. Those are going to be our two big money makers for the run, so I'll also give them some pogo fruits, and hopefully they will become bigger slimes. And now we should probably focus on this. So let's go back to the forest, see if we can't find a hen. That's a roosteroo. I mean, more fruit isn't bad, especially because what I should have done over here is actually start up our garden. So I'm going to place that. We'll give it nutrient soil and can't give it sprinkler just yet because we need a bit more money, but we'll place the pogo fruit there so it starts getting made. And right now we'll leave our dervish slimes in this cave. We just want them chilling there because eventually we're going to combine them with something else, but we don't have it just yet. And we already got some big slimes getting made. Hopefully they just stay around that same area. We don't want them moving too much. We can also get our rock plorts there, and we need that specific type of hen, which I do not know where it is right now. I could really use a bit more of this money game. I'm just saying. It should be okay, though. I'm just going to keep giving these guys their pogo fruit. They'll be able to keep multiplying and all of that stuff. We can place these rock plorts in there for now. And I can pause to try to, like, look up what my plan should be. Wait, is that a roosteroo we need? I thought it was something else. The picture looked different. We literally had a roosteroo. What am I doing, man? Oh, wait, it's right there. Don't eat it. Thank you. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. I was getting worried about that, but I was just not being smart. Anyways, that is going to give us these gilded gingers, which are very good for this game. It also does, of course, give us some more time. Also a nice thing, but now we are going to want to find some fruit before we pop that guy, or pretty much any type of vegetable, pretty much anything. I guess a plan might be to head in here, look through this spot, see if there's any plants we can take, which please game. Anything? Any kind of... There we go. Okay, that's some. This is a worrisome speedrun because you're just constantly on the clock trying to go fast, and you really don't want to mess anything up, which I've already kind of messed up a few things, but just not too bad. Okay, let's take the teleporter back, and we can hope that we can do this guy well. So as you pop these golden guys, we have to place 3 of these guys in his mouth, then get ready to just spam all these other guys with different fruits and veggies. That way, they give us more stuff, and okay, that was an okay amount. Hey, get out of here, dude. Now we can collect this. I want to get at least 25 per each one of these guys I pop, which, not the best amount. I mean, that's just an average. We can still make up for it on other ones, but yeah, definitely could have been a bit better. I'm also going to want to use some warp tech. We'll place our pink warp depot here, and we'll place our gilded ginger so we don't have to worry about carrying them around with us all the time. And now this is just going to give us a ton of money. You see, each one of these is 300 gold. So with that, now we can now upgrade this, give it a sprinkler, and also also make a second one right here. Just garden, nutrient, and sprinkler. Give it a pogo fruit. And, you know, might as well make one more. Just make sure these guys have as much plants and can make us as much money as possible. Now, I think while that's growing, we should just go back over here and try to find some more stuff. So if we could get some more, yep, I will take you guys. I really need to find some of those green ones, some of the plant ones. But the game is just not really feeling like spawning them right now, which isn't great. Any plants? Oh, that's a plort. I could have taken the plort at least. Come on, guys, get out of here. I don't want the pig guys to take up all these spots, man. Oh, there is going. Come on, game. Oh, I thought I had one. Yeah, pretty bad journey over here looking for that stuff, but that should be fine. We should still be okay because now we can take our other teleporter and really go for our big money makers, which of course are going to be the quantums. There's just so many quantums compared to everything else, so very worth it to come over to this area and hopefully they stop. I don't need you guys to transform right now. I mean, I guess why do they care what I need them to do? But as many quantums we can get, the better, because we're just multiplying the amount of money we can get at the end. Yeah, I wasn't able to find too much during this night, but we do gotta head back. Just gotta keep on this road of like checking those things, figuring it out, doing this over and over again, basically. Even a little bit of these extra quantums is ultimately gonna be much more money, especially once these fruit trees start coming down, because yeah, these guys are just gonna eat them right away, create their plorts, and keep going. Might as well demolish one more of these plots, make another garden, just so we can really get this pogo fruit production going. And I love to start up my second farm eventually. It's just this game does not want to give me those plant dudes. Oh, finally. Okay, here's some stuff we can use. We didn't actually get the right guys, but I mean, we can use their plorts to create more ones, so I will take it. At least it's something. I also should probably get rid of this tar, or both of these tars, just because they might be annoying in this section. But yeah, that is going to be a start for us for these guys in the cave. I can give them each a Tangle plort, and like I said, we're just going for the most valuable plorts we can find. Where did you go? What? Huh? Did I just push them through the wall? Yeah, I guess they went through the wall really quick. Okay, anyways, we gotta go find them some fruit. What the heck, game? That was so weird. Now, we have a much smaller amount of these guys. We will hopefully grow it a bit more, but I'm gonna make smaller gardens for them. We'll only make 3 here. While in the other place, we're just gonna want to keep making more and more gardens because they really are money makers. And we can also start feeding these dudes, get some of these Tangle plorts, give them to the other people, and yeah, just go around this journey, just doing it over and over again. So yeah, we're pretty much just going to continue this process of trying to find more quantum slimes, trying to make our farm bigger, and I'll let you know when the interesting things happen. Like this, where we do see a golden slime. I'm going to try to hit him, and there we go. Okay, I will take your extra golden stuff. I do not mind that. Any amount of extra gold plorts are going to help, especially because every single one of them is always worth 300. And now we have a pretty good farm at this point, so it's time to set up our drones. Now, how I'm going to do this is I'm going to have one of these drones go for quantum plorts that are just in the free range, take them to the plort market, and then the other will go for the mosaic. So that way we make sure one is going for each thing that we need. Then we can also come over to this next golden slime. We'll place our warp tech pink warp depot here. That way we can get some more gilded gingers. And yeah, time for this next section. Hopefully we can get a little bit more this time. I just have to go spamming, trying to hit as many of these dudes as possible. And get hit, please. Okay, that was pretty good. I think we got a fairly good amount of gold plorts that time around, and probably more than 25, which I'll appreciate. Or no, we might have just gotten exactly 24. All right, still pretty good. It is also just such a nice thing seeing how much money you get from gold plorts. Oh, I appreciate it. Wish we got even more, but hey, we'll take what we can get. And with that, we can then buy even more farms. I will take some gardens, and of course, just have some more pogo fruits. We can now also check over in here, see if they've done some stuff. I'm looking for any plorts we can find. That way we can share them with people. We really don't need those plorts. We need some plorts from the big guys. Eat up, dude. There's so many places. Why are you guys not just eating naturally? But we can give them some Tangle plorts. That way they will continue on their way of transforming. And yeah, we're just really trying to get this farm set up, but the game has not given us the greatest start ever for it. But once we can start getting a couple of these people to actually switch, it should be a lot easier for the rest of them. That's the only problem. Like, dude, eat the Tangle plort. Sometimes they just like look at it funny, and I'm like, man. But okay, was able to transform a pretty good amount of those guys. We got some gardens nice and functioning, so we'll just hopefully keep that up. There's so many people out here, though. You can see just how much more. It's kind of insane. And we also get our next call, which is worth it to go and check out, asking for his future study. And wow, you want a lot, dude. All right, honey, phosphor, and also the crystal. We can worry about that in a bit. For now, we should check back over here. Get rid of those dudes. I don't want you. I want my plants, I want my dervish, and I want my crystals. We haven't found very many crystals at all. That has been an issue. Finally got a Tangle, at least. Took the game long enough to give me one of them. We're really starting to get this part of the farm going, which makes me feel a lot better, especially because we're going to play this pretty risky. We're only going to do one more mission, and that's not the most amount of missions, I won't lie. But this is probably a good time to also set up our drones. Hey, dude, get back here. What you doing? Get over there. Anyways, as I was saying, what we have to do is set up both a market link, which allows us to sell things, and we'll get 2 drones here as well, going for the different kinds of plorts. And yeah, these drone guys can now also help us out, and we're just gonna keep hoping we can build this farm. This part is also going great right now, so probably a pretty good time just to go and get this stuff. We need 6 honey, 4 crystals, and 4 phosphor. The phosphor should just be out here since it's nighttime. Yeah, actually very convenient to get that right there. I do not mind that at all. Then for the honey, we can just take our teleporter right over to the forest to go and find those guys. There was one time when I was doing rush mode when it asked for a hunter slime, and I was like, come on, why'd you gotta give me the hardest thing to get? But honeys are not bad at all. They are very plentiful. I think it said 6 if I'm not incorrect. I could be incorrect. We'll just get one more just in case. And now for our last one, we gotta head over to the mines, which is a place we actually haven't been to yet, just for those crystals. But we can take the same path, you know, just doing our trip all the way from here over to the crystal cave. We could also pop this guy for the teleporter, but we don't really need it, and it's not worth worrying about. Now we just need our crystals, which are extremely abundant in this cave, so I'm not worried about them at all. And yeah, that is a nice and easy collection of those guys. Of course, we get our other dudes. I want to get rid of these crystals. Wait, dude, my gosh. You've got to be kidding me. That is not great that he just ate one of my gilded gingers. My gosh, game. That really hurts. I should have paid more attention. Yeah, we'll see what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna worry about it just yet, though. We'll just place these guys in one of our warp depots and also make sure that all of these guys are very far away from everybody we love. Okay, we will worry about everything later. Right now, what we should do is head back here, see if we can't find any more of these slimes. And finally, actually some mosaics. All right, I haven't not seen you guys in a bit. There's also all this fire going on. I don't really care about that. I mean, everybody's probably fine. But dang, we're actually getting a ton of slimes for once. Who would have guessed that the game could be nice every once in a while? Now we'll continue giving these people their things, just nice and easy. And okay, I think we're gonna have to go through a 3rd mission no matter what. I wouldn't normally want to, but because we did lose that gilded ginger, I don't think we can win without it. So that we'll lose about 10 minutes, but this still should be world record, you know, provided everything else goes correct, but we'll see about that. Not gonna worry about it just yet. We need to get some more quantums, which that's going to be 12 more for me. Don't mind if I do. And yeah, you can just see how effective the way we're playing this is. We just very quickly get so many good slimes, and these are gonna just make us so much money, especially once we really start selling everything. Only thing I have to make sure is that they don't get infected with anything and become the tar, because that would kind of ruin the run. But what are the odds of that happening, right? Ha ha ha. Now we're gonna have the last phone call we're gonna do. We'll see with Ogden, and he wants onions and also the heartbeats. All right, those are kind of annoying, but not too bad. The heartbeats, we should just be able to get in this same place. And oh my gosh, my crystals and stuff are over here. Guys, I wanted you to die, not hang out. Come on. You knew this, man. You weren't supposed to be here. Not my fault. You know, it is what it is. But now in this section of the farm, we can just make a couple gardens for these since we didn't get quite enough. Just one for the heartbeat, and then we'll go find an onion. And we literally have until the end of our timer is up to get this. So yeah, we have over 20 minutes. It's not a problem at all. But this game does not want to give me any onions right now. Please. It's not the biggest deal, but it could be bad. Oh, and thank you. A singular odd onion that I found in all of this place. So now we can start up this section second farm, and yeah, things should be good by the end. Looking it up, if you fully upgraded it, it produces plants every 12 hours, so we just need that to happen. And I will make sure no slimes eat them, just in case. But while we wait, we might as well get the setup for our next part done. So what we want to do is head through this area and take at least one hen, but you literally only need a single one. And then we can head out into this area, which we never actually went in our any percent run. But this is because there are going to be 3 golden gordos over here. You'll see there'll be this tabby, and thankfully he's almost ready to burst already, just because the game does that for you. So we're good to go. We can open these just for a bit of extra coins too. But yeah, pretty nice. I'll make sure I know where to come back to just in case. But now there's going to be one of our golden guys, so we can place the warp depot here. And yeah, might as well just do one of them. This guy is the most annoying out of the ones on this island, but we still got to deal with it. So just feed him 3, chill out here, wait for those guys to pop out and hit all of those, which hopefully we get a ton. Make sure none of these guys try to eat them this time, by the way. All these slimes trying to eat my gold plorts, like the most valuable stuff. And I think that one was actually amazing. Yeah, we just got so many plorts from that, so I am going to take that. That makes me feel very confident in this run. 30 in total, you cannot complain about that. It also looks like our odd onions are finally done, and I say finally, it took them like 2 seconds. But we can just go get the other 2. That's nice. So time to make sure nobody steals them this time. Get rid of that hen. That was the problem. There's too much in my inventory. And now, no stealing, guys. You don't get these, all right? These are the one thing you don't get. Now we can get our next dude. I want to get rid of all these guys first, though. Man, get out of my way. I know this is your home, to be fair, but, you know, get out of my way. Just want to make sure there is no chance they try to take my plorts. But this one, hopefully a pretty good one since he's against the wall. I have a ton of pogo fruits. Oh, gosh. And now we can just grab as many. That was a really good one. I do hear the music for the tar, though, so maybe not good on that. I don't know where they are, though. And that's going to be another 30 gold plorts. I cannot complain about that. And then for our last guy on this island, we got to go past this pink dude. We want to go up here, and then there's going to be a couple rocks that we can climb up to get to the top of this mountain. And this guy's just going to be up here chilling. Sorry, one more time, just playing fairly well. That's all we need to do. I mean, realistically, we don't even need a good one of these, but I think that was pretty good. Just because I have beaten this with only 4 of them, so we'll see. But another 30 on that one, so yeah, we're chilling. And for $300 a pop, this is gonna get us from 36,000 all the way over to 54,000. So we might be good at this point, because for the achievement, it's total money rather than current money. So I think we've already beat it, but just in case, we might as well get some more slimes, and I'm just gonna do some more grinding. I might as well. What else am I gonna do at this time? Right at the end too, it decides to give us a ton of Tangle climbs. I really could have used those earlier, game. I'm just saying. But also, look how beautiful our farm is. Just constantly on fire with a bunch of people like phasing through reality. I love it. And our farm in here isn't looking too bad either. Obviously not as many people, but they're very high value, so we'll take them. And now at this point, the only thing that's really worth it to do is help our drones collect the plorts. I'm pretty sure we already have the money, but we might as well, because you can't actually check during the game how much money you have collected. You just have to hope it's enough. But it's kind of fun because there are just so many of these guys all around that I have to dodge as I go through. Sometimes they explode and stuff. You know, it's just a fun day with my slimes. You gotta love it. And I'm sure my drones would appreciate the help because they've been going through this pain all by themselves this whole time. And wow, with this guy, we just reached 75,000 current dollars too. So even if it was current instead of just total, we would have won this. And that is going to be time. Right away, it gives us Rush Challenger, but we have to wait for the other ones to show up like usual. Time isn't up just yet, but here are my stats, which then we'll get our Rush Champion. And oh, I thought the other one would show up after that, but that is time. I guess like 10 seconds earlier. As you can see though, that is going to be every single achievement in the game. It'd be kind of crazy if I was looking down this list now and then I was like, oh, I missed that one. And that's also going to be the world record. All right, subscribe if you enjoyed. Bye.